Most people spend their lives trading their limited time for a paycheck, but the ultra-wealthy play a completely different game. They don't work for money. They design systems that harvest human desire. Imagine this. A billionaire walks out of a five-star hotel with his young lover. She points at a passing sports car and says, "I want that." Most rich men would just write a check, but this man laughed. He handed her $20,000 and said, "I won't buy you a car, but I'll give you a system. Let's buy a restaurant instead." She was insulted. "A restaurant? Do I look like I belong in a kitchen?" He simply smiled and took her to the outskirts of the city, stopping in front of a ghost town of a diner, empty tables, peeling paint, and a desperate owner. The owner wanted $200,000 to walk away. The billionaire made a move that seemed like financial suicide. He offered the owner $20,000 just to rent the place for 20 days. He said, "If I turn this place around, I pay you the full price. If I fail, you keep my $20,000 as a gift." The owner agreed instantly, thinking he had just scammed a billionaire. But as they stood in the empty parking lot, the billionaire turned to the woman and said, "Watch closely. Step 1 has nothing to do with food. In the 21st century, the most expensive commodity isn't gold or oil, it's attention." He didn't hire a chef. He didn't fix the menu. Instead, he ordered thousands of crates of soda and stacked them right at the entrance. He put up a massive sign. "Take as many as you can carry with one hand, completely free, no strings attached." Within 2 hours, traffic on the highway backed up for miles. People were sprinting from their cars, fighting over cans of soda. His lover was horrified. She said, "You're losing money every second." He replied, "No, for 50 cents a bottle, I just bought the total focus of the entire city. But attention is useless if you don't know how to multiply it." By the third day, the restaurant was the most talked about spot in town. But the billionaire wasn't done. He launched Step 2, the social leverage. He told the crowds, "If you film yourself taking the sodas and post it on social media, you can come back for a second round." Suddenly, he had a private army of thousands of people doing his marketing for the price of a few bubbles and sugar. The restaurant went viral globally. But even with a line out the door, they weren't selling steak, they were giving away soda. The lover asked, "When do we actually make money?" He whispered, "Now." We dropped the hammer. This was Step 3, the Mercedes trap. He announced a grand raffle. Anyone who spent over $200 on a meal would get a ticket to win a brand new, top-of-the-line Mercedes-Benz. The crowd went into a frenzy. It wasn't about the food anymore. It was about the dream of the car. People brought their colleagues, their families, and their friends, ordering the most expensive items on the menu just to hit that $200 mark. The woman was terrified. She said, "A Mercedes costs $100,000. You're going to go bankrupt." The billionaire pulled out a pen and did the math that separates the 1% from the 99%. "Listen," he said. "The rule is simple. The draw only happens once 5,000 people have participated. 5,000 customers, each spending a minimum of $200, equals $1 million in gross revenue. In this industry, my profit margin is 40%. That's $400,000 in pure profit." He paused to let the numbers sink in. "I spend $100,000 on the Mercedes. I pay the owner the $200,000 I promised for the building, and I still have $100,000 left in my pocket. In 20 days, I've gained $1 million business, a free building, and a massive profit, all paid for by the very people who thought they were getting a chance at a car." The woman stood in silence as the realization hit her. Success isn't about having the best product or the lowest price. It's about understanding the human mind, knowing what people want, what they fear, and how to build a system around those desires. Most people are so busy chasing the prize that they never see the machine that created it. So, I have to ask you, are you the one standing in line hoping for a lucky ticket? Or are you ready to become the architect who designs the game? If you want to stop being a pawn and start being a player, drop a system in the comments. And if you're not following this channel, you're choosing to stay blind to the secrets of the elite. The choice is yours.